But overwhelmingly, the biggest snub was the Mountaineers of West Virginia University, who may have been able to resolve this, Alex, if they just could have beat Colorado in the Big 12 tournament.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you take this away, Alex. Speak your piece.
Yes.
So,
Tell us why you're upset.
So,
give us some good reasons.
I will.
And tell us why you hate Bubba.
Like I said before, numbers don't lie, ADs do. Here's the thing. My initial gut reaction, Saturday morning, one of my friends said the day before, do you think WVU is going to make the tournament? And I said, I don't know. I said, I think they're on the bubble, and I think that if we'd have beat Colorado, my answer would have been definitively yes. I said, I think it puts a bad taste in the people's mouths over that. But then you look at the stats, and you're like, yes, they have to make it. They have enough quad one wins. 111 out of 111 bracketologists felt that they should be in the tournament. 11 people. There are very few things in this world where if you ask 111 people, they are all going to agree on it. They are the first team ever to unanimously have been predicted to be in the tournament and not be in the tournament. They have more quad 1 wins than UNC. They have 0 quad 3 or quad 4 losses. UNC can't say that. There were 2 random stats that I'm reading this article and they're like, blah, blah, blah. Well, these are 2 new statistics that they added in while they're trying to pick it. And I can't find the freaking article again, of course. And I'd never heard of the things. It's like TWG and something else. And then at the end, they mentioned they're like, WVU ranked higher than UNC in both of those. And I'm like, tell me where. So the best excuse they got is that Tucker DeVry's hurt. He hasn't played in months. They've had 3 quad 1 wins without him. So that's not a good enough excuse for me. And people were like, well, it's almost like Florida State. I'm like, no, it's not. Florida State was undefeated and then lost their quarterback. They had no proven time without that player. I mean, it's Javon Small. He's just garbage. I can't wrap my brain around where these people got off saying that UNC deserved to be in over WVU. And it's not just me. It's not like I'm just a crazy WVU fan coming out here. I have talked to nobody, WVU fan, not WVU fan, who doesn't say, yeah, they got snubbed. Like, it is wild to me.
Is this egregious?
Egregious. Absolutely egregious.
100 years.
I mean, so on top of all this, so you have UNC's athletic director, who is the chair of this 12-person selection committee, and he promises that he stepped out of the room when they talked about UNC. Yeah, well, they had to talk about a lot of other teams other than just specifically that one UNC time. So what were you saying during those meetings? And did it ever come up in the conversation that you got a $104,000 bonus if your team made it to the NCAA tournament? Because it all kind of smells like shit. And usually if it walks like shit, talks like shit, and smells like shit, it's shit.
Is this like a wings and strings situation?
Yeah. I hope that Bubba puts something on his butt without wings or strings and has to go get it taken out.
Are you going to be the one to do it?
No, I'm leaving it up there for him to suffer.
All right, so real quick, we'll give Alex a second. I'll give you a second, Alex. A major media contributor for the NCAA tournament, specifically the men's, John Rothstein, shared, and I quote, "This is one of the biggest miscarriages of justice that I have seen in nearly 20 years covering college basketball on the national level." So from the national media, there's also this outcry.
Like I said, say what you want. This isn't WVU homers being mad they didn't make the tournament. I know. I'm the first one to say, we lost games we should have won, and maybe we wouldn't be on this bubble. We would have been solidly in, but we still got snubbed, and it's still bullshit.
Alex, so I, as a North Carolina fan, appreciate this act of kindness and the fact that WVU volunteered to distribute so that North Carolina could be in the tournament, and I can, watch some postseason basketball.
Muff's bullshit answer to me today. I respect the committee's decision. Fuck off, Muff.
I do respect their decision.
You're upset. I just want to make sure we're clear. You're upset because your team didn't make it out of 25 teams that you're upset they're 26?
There's 68 teams in the field, Jim.
Oh, so there's 69?
Alex, that should be something you're excited about. Your team is number 69.
You're upset they couldn't
In
make
any other
they
year I
couldn't
would
make
be,
it
but this is
68.
ridiculous.
They couldn't make it to number 68. They were robbed because they couldn't be the 68th best team. All right.
Because think about the experience for these student athletes that you've taken away from them that they've earned. Think about the money and the financial benefit of
They
making the
haven't earned it,
tournament.
Alex. They would be if they earned it. They'd be
They
in.
earned it. They'd be 68.
Go. Jim.
I mean, Ohio State was on that bubble too, Jim.
You don't hear me bitching.
That's because they weren't,
Because it's not football.
and it's not the same.
Where's your fever and passion for the fact WVU women are
That's
in?
great. They're where they deserve to be. I'm fighting for the people that aren't getting justice right now.
Yeah,
Not only is Alex fighting, but also the governor of West Virginia is fighting.
Which
as well.
I agree is I think that's a little bit ridiculous. I'm the first to say that's a little too far. But
Where's his passion for the WVU women?
What?
Where is the passion
Jim,
for the WVU
unlike
women?
you WVU women, that we support them all the time. WVU
I've not
women's
heard you once say, great
Oh
job,
my God.
congratulations.
Well,
We're
let me
fixing-
finish talking about maybe what I'm talking about, and then we'll get there. Don't stop me!
It's not even in the
Madness,
notes.
people. March Madness.
This is the madness.
You know what? No, because WVU fans, I mean, I get it. Like, I get it. We shoot ourselves in the foot a lot, but it's really fucking hard to be a WVU fan. And you push through and you push through. We've been through a million coaches. We've got 11 new players on the team, and you get right there on the bubble, and you have 111 people, 111 experts look you in the face and say, you're good. Just for this other school, and their freaking backdoor deal making mother effing Bubba come in and ruin the fucking March Madness tournament for you. I mean, this bullshit. That's bullshit.
Unless you're rooting for the women's team, then nothing's ruined.
Jim, we're not talking about women's basketball right now. We've made that
That's the
clear.
problem.
Top of
We
the
don't
show, we
talk
said
about
we're
the women's.
focused on the men's tournament today.
So we're focusing on March Madness.
No,
No,
roll the tape back.
I did say this is going to be
Oh.
a heavy lean towards the men. And if anybody has anything to say about the women's tournament, feel free to chime in.
I'm chiming
So,
in. Maybe you should
were
chime in.
chiming.
Now the
you were
appropriate time to
chiming
chime in? No.
Maybe you should chime in. Maybe you should look on the bright side.
That is, I'm sorry, no one from Ohio State gets to tell me to look on the bright side. Mr. Sky is falling, mother effers.
Ohio State's women are in.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations. West Virginia, we're good. I get it.
Then yeah, you're good.
No, it's. Oh, God. Look, if WVU would have sucked, lost every game, not been on the bubble, been significantly out of it, or been on the bubble and only had like half the people say they might get in, I'd be like, you know what? Okay. All right. Like, we didn't make it. 111 people. If 111 people said that Ohio State's football team should be in the Final Four, in the
It's not the Final Four. We're talking about the Final 16.
and 111 people said that it was right. There were like 27 people who thought that UNC should be in there. Now, what happened between all of that extra people to change their mind? With no new information. Just overnight, we decided to change our mind. Bullshit.
Right, so
That's what happened.
Maybe
Bullshit.
we just need to dive into that. What do you exactly think transpired?
I think Bubba Baker's got people... Not Bubba
Bubba
Baker.
Cunningham, got it.
Bubba Cunningham, sorry. I was thinking like Buda Baker, I think. So Bubba Cunningham has people in his back pocket. He knew he was going to get a $104,000 bonus. He's the chairman of the committee, and all of a sudden it's his team that makes that jump. If
So
I'm
was
him,
he
I'm
involved
saying
in
don't
the
do it because it's
decision-making?
going to make me look bad.
You think he was involved in the decision making?
100%.
He didn't recuse himself.
No, I even if he recused, my point is, so you come down to it, he would have had to have recused himself for the entire bottom half of the conversation, because when you're making the bracket, you don't just get to it and you're like, North Carolina, in or out. You're looking at this thing as a whole. So it's not like he can be like, I'll step out maybe while they vote, but did you step out while they were talking about it? Did you step out while they were talking about WVU? Did you step out while they were talking about Indiana?
He says he did.
He did. No, he said he stepped out when he was talking about North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, my point is, so when you're talking about WVU, do you mention North Carolina? And does he say, oh, can't be in here? Doubt it. Did he talk to everyone the night before and call them and be like, hey, look, I'm going to get a $104,000 bonus. You get $10,000 if you say we go in over West Virginia.
So he
No one can
splits his
prove he didn't.
bonus just to get him in.
Yeah, no one can prove he didn't. It's pretty dang fishy. And I'm sorry, but John Rothstein knows a lot more about college basketball than anyone.
So you're saying it's rigged.
In this situation, yes.
Hmm.
I'm not
Saying
rigged
this
is not the right word.
particular selection is.
I'm not saying rigged as in like the season scripted. I'm saying the decision was
But aren't we
It
going on a
was
slippery
there was
slope?
collusion.
Like, if this is rigged,
There
who's
was
to say that it's all
collu-
not rigged? Because
There was collusion
they all got
between
money in
Bubba
the game.
Cunningham and the other people on that selection committee to get UNC in, and I don't know what the perk is, but there's some kind of perk for them to be like, yeah, we'll go with what Bubba says, because maybe he's saying, hey, when your teams need this, remember, you do this for me, I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
But aren't we? Isn't it a slippery slope when we say that one thing's rigged, but not everything's rigged?
No,
Can I
that's
create a
rigged,
storyline for everything?
rigged isn't the word, and that's what I said.
Yeah, the outcome is not rigged. You could say that the selection process
I think
is
it was more of a
tainted.
collusion to get a team in.
Why can't it all be rigged? I don't understand. Everybody's got money in the game. Everybody's got
Because
something to gain from it being a win somewhere.
To me, the season played itself out.
I don't believe you can have it one way or the other. Either it's all rigged.
No, I
because
disagree.
everybody's
with that.
got blood in the game.
Nope, I disagree.
Or it's
with that
not rigged.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
well,
disagree because your team.
No. So you have 20. So you have 20 people in the room. 20 people in the
all
room.
20 have money and incentive on it.
Okay, that's fine. Two of the guys.
No, that's not necessarily true, Jim. That's not necessarily true.
Two of the guys are in the corner making a deal. The other 18 are sitting there minding their own business, doing the right thing. That whole room's not rigged. There's a collusion going on in the corner.
It takes more than 2 votes to get that.
That was
in.
just a freaking example.
You got to figure he's got to buy off a lot of people in that room, right?
Yeah, there's 12 people.
So
Okay.
all 12 got blood in the game.
Sure, because of him. But that
Don't
doesn't
you
make a
think that
difference. I'm not saying
$100,000
you're trying to say that the season is rigged, basically. I don't believe that's true. I think the whole season played itself out until that moment. I think most of the
I'm
bracket.
trying to point out how ridiculous it sounds that it's rigged for $100,000 for WVU. If we're going to go down that route, the whole thing, because there's more money the higher we go.
It was rigged for UNC, and WVU was collateral damage to that. It wasn't like they paid $100,000 to not let WVU in.
I'm saying if we're rigging it for this one little tiny event,
it's UNC.
What's to stop them from rigging it for it all? Because the higher we get, the more money we're involved.
That's fine, but the other teams aren't questionable. The other
and if UNC wins the Natty,
which they
UNC had the
if they win the Natty, how much money does that man get?
A ton.
So what's to stop him from
I don't know
rigging it
if
all
we
the
know
way
how
out?
much he gets. We do not know how much he gets.
Has no chance at that now.
Hey,
because they're
stop. I will say the only incentive that we know about is for UNC to get into the tournament.
You're wrong. If he wins the Natty, the school's going to get more money. It's job security. It's continued money down the road.
But you cannot say there's a specific incentive for that.
He's going to get more money if they win the Natty, period. We know that to be true. We've seen it through the experiences of ADs whose schools win the national championship in whatever sport. So if we're saying he's willing to rig it so his team gets in, why would he not rig other outcomes?
I don't think that the games themselves are rigged. I think in that room, the situation to get his team into a position where A, he gets his bonus, and B, his team is set up for a chance to play for that national championship is rigged. There can be a line where
that's ridiculous logic for him to stop.
It's not ridiculous logic. You are a pessimist, so you assume that this whole thing is going to be bad.
You're assuming that this man did it for $100,000.
Yeah, I would. I mean, for $100,000, I do a lot of shit.
Cut amongst 12 people.
Jim, to be fair, Bubba Cunningham only is the chair of the selection committee, not of the game operations committee or the officials of the selection committee. So once the selection is completed, his time is done.
But you're talking about corruption on that scale, and it's just going to stop there. That's the logic we're presenting here.
Right, because the selection committee.
I don't know why we got down this rabbit hole of this.
Because it's a ridiculous premise that he rigged it.
Okay.
I say it's a ridiculous premise.
I'm not going to argue anymore because it's just going to keep coming back in this circle, and I'm going to get hot-headed about it.
You get mad at me when I say things are rigged.
Because you say every single thing in the world is rigged.
But it's not okay for me to be like, this can't be.
You can say it if you want. That's what I'm saying. I'm done arguing. I've said my piece. You're not going to ever see it my way or hear it my way. I'm pissed off my team got fucked out of being in the tournament. I'm going to continue to be pissed off about my team getting fucked out of the tournament. And I think they got fucked out of the tournament because Bubba Cunningham is a dirty bastard.